Hello again, YouTubers. This is part 2 of my new devices set of videos, if that's what you would call it. Basically, in this video, I shall be talking about my replacement for my iPod Touch 4th Gen. As you guys know, my dad generously gave me the 4th Gen, and I must admit, I really missed my 5. And I missed the size of the screen, I missed the cameras, and basically everything about it, to be honest. So what I decided was I would try and get another iPod Touch 5th Gen. Now, I knew that at some point I would have to upgrade to iOS 7, which I was reluctant to do because of what happened with my slate grey one. But then I thought to myself, well, if I get an iPod Touch that has already got iOS 7 on it from the factory, then maybe it might work better than if I install it and upgrade from iOS 6. So I had the money and I went and had a look, and basically I bought the Space Grey iPod Touch 5th Gen. Now, as far as specs are concerned, the only difference is the colour. Everything else is exactly the same. And I've got to say, I do like the Space Grey. As far as usage is concerned, everything works pretty much the same as it did in iOS 6. And actually, I would say it works better on this than it did my slate grey one. The battery life is just as good as the iOS 6. The cameras work just as well. Everything works just as well. Now, I only use this really for playing music and my fitness apps. Sometimes I check my emails. Sometimes I'll go online now and then. But other than that, I don't really use it for internet, really. It's mainly for music, my fitness apps, and the odd picture taking here and there and a bit of video. But it has been working really well, and I have been quite surprised. I do like this about the iOS 7. I do really like that. That would be one of the reasons why I'd upgraded a device to iOS 7 if I knew that it would work okay. But so far, it's been really pleasant. I've really enjoyed it, and I haven't had any major issues with it. Now, it is on iOS 7.0. I think it's up to 7.0.4, and I think 7.1 is in the beta stages at the moment. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the battery life is really good on this. Everything else is working okay. So at the moment, I will not be upgrading it to the latest 7 because I don't want that battery life to be affected. So until I know for 100% sure that upgrading to iOS 7 will be a benefit to this, I'm just going to leave it as it is because I don't really use it for the internet that much. I did use it a lot for the internet when I was in between tablets. I'd sold my iPad mini, I was waiting for the Galaxy Tab, and so I used this instead, and it did do quite a good job. The battery life was pretty good. I took 10 minutes worth of video in 720p and it only went down by 5%, which I thought was pretty good. It has been doing quite a good job. The theory that I used actually worked out. And you know, having the iOS 7 on from the factory obviously was a good move. So I am really chuffed with it. I do think it is a really nice device, and I've always liked the iPod Touch 5th Gen because I think it gives you a lot of the experiences from the iPhone, but obviously at a cheaper price, and it's a really good MP3 player. I haven't really found any other devices that have beaten this yet as far as an MP3 player stroke internet device. I'm really happy with it. It's working really well, and I would recommend it. And the Space Grey is lovely. Yes, it's just lovely. So there you go. That's my iPod Touch 5th Gen. Really enjoying it. It is making me feel a little bit better towards iOS 7, but I am still reluctant to upgrade to the latest iOS 7. Until they sort out the major issues, I am just going to leave it as it is. But yeah, I am warming to iOS 7 because I do like that. I really do like that. The control center, yes. So there you go. That's my video on the iPod Touch. Nice, short, sweet little video. Next up is my next device, which I am quite surprised that I got, but I am excited about it, and I shall share with you in part 3 about my next device. So for now, I hope you've enjoyed this video and part 1, and I shall do my next video in a minute. Okay, that's enough from me. Bye bye for now.